Tracers. So Tracers is the story of Taylor Lautner, who's just down in his luck, average, fairly reasonable guy. He starts off as a bike messenger at the start of the movie, and as luck would have it, he ends up wrecking his bike because some chick who's playing parkour with some other people happens to collide into him. And you find out he's kind of down on his luck because he doesn't have a lot of money, he owes some people some payments, he's late on his rent, he doesn't have a car or a ride of any sort, so he's struggling basically. And so after a while he decides he wants to follow this chick and practice parkour. For those who don't know, parkour is basically a physical activity where people are just running around obstacles, jumping, flying, sliding, rolling, and doing everything to try to get from one point to the next. They're basically real life ninjas, kind of, sort of. And anyway, from the moment I saw the chick, I was like, okay, this is going to be where the love story starts. I hope it's not like Twilight. Please, please, God, don't let it be like Twilight. And surprisingly, it's not. It's, well, pretty much anything would be better than that love story. At least in this movie, he's not taking his clothes off like all the time. Or at least his shirt rather than trying to show off his abs or whatever. But anyway, he ends up joining a little parkour gang, as it were. A bunch of kids who just run around jumping over stuff, hopping from place to place, doing whatever. But then you find out they're actually kind of criminals too. Well, they just take stuff and get the job done. And one of the rules is, like, don't open the package or ask about it. Where have I seen this plot point before? Oh, right, the transporter. In addition to other plot points, it's like a mix of everything: Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid, and a bunch of other fancy games and movies. Surprisingly enough, it actually wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of neat at points. There's a couple of chase scenes where they're just running around and jumping off of things and buildings and hanging on the railings and such. I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of neat. It's not exactly mind-blowing, like, oh my god, I've never seen that before, that is so fucking awesome. It's like, okay, I can buy that, that's cool. And that's what kept me in the movie. Taylor Lautner is essentially a ninja throughout the movie, and it's kind of nice. The love story, I really didn't care about that much. I was like, okay, she's just there because she's really the only female in the story, so let's say what you have to say and make it sound believable, or whatever. There's also a lot of dubstep in this movie. Like, a lot of action scenes have a little bit of dubstep. I'm like, okay, it's dubstep. It'll work. One complaint I will make is that it was a bit predictable, because at some point, I figured, I kind of know where this is going. Okay, everyone's friends, everyone's getting inducted into parkour. Taylor Lautner is the new kid, so okay, where is this going? If like, okay, I've kind of seen this before, I have a feeling I know where it's going, so what's the end result going to be? And the end result is more, kind of, sort of, exactly where I thought it was going to be. Not entirely, but just enough. Overall, by the end of the movie, it was like, okay, for a 90-minute movie, this was actually pretty entertaining. Not as bad as some make it out to be, but it was pretty good. It was nice to see Jacob from Twilight not rip his shirt off or turn to a werewolf or whatever. But it being predictable and the love story that just wasn't interesting to me, it's kind of hard for me to rate it. So I'm definitely going to say this gets a silver ribbon rating from me. So, Tracers, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Another question, are you into parkour? Whatever you think, leave me a comment below. Tell me how you feel. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter at AsteroidMike. Don't forget to check out my blog. And as always, I will see you around.